And hello, Mark Miller here of Improve Our World. I have a program I want to share, and this is an introduction of what it will do for you to help you change your life. There are many core principles that will you can use as a basis to improve your life. You know, so if you have anything negative in your life, physical pain, uh, maybe you're just tired, you're out of shape, overweight, or maybe you have a bad relationship with somebody, and you're angry and um, mad at them. Maybe you hate them, or maybe financially. Maybe your finances are not good. The income is not there like you'd be, or you're spending more than you're making. Who's been there, huh? I have when I'm in my younger days. So what this is going to do is this is going to help you to apply three principles of aware, compete, and kindness to help you improve your life. If you use those three core principles, it's going to help you to begin to change your life so you can improve the situation. You can free yourself from the negative. You can heal your body from physical pain. You can increase your energy by simply improving your diet and doing a little bit of exercising and getting stronger over time. You can improve your relationship with somebody by simply choosing to not think negative about them. And of course, you can improve your finances by thinking about the fact that you want to improve your finances. Now, the way to do that are with these three pillars. You see, because before you can change anything in your life, you're going to want to think about the fact that you need to be aware. Now, you need to be aware of your thoughts cycling relative to what's happening in your daily life that cycles, and you want to make a connection between the two. So you're observing and getting to know your habits of thought about your life, about your body and people and your financial situation. And when you think about those self-talk habits that are happening, your objective is to stop, but you're not going to get there 100%. But you can slow your habits of thought and eliminate most of your negative, probably 80-90% of them. I don't think you'll get rid of 100 ever, but if you got rid of 60-70-80% of negative thoughts that were negatively impacting your life, I think that would be pretty good. So the first step to do that is aware. So what you want to do is you want to understand that your ability to change your habits of thought depend on the receptiveness of your thoughts, your brain, and then the information presented to it. So, if you know something that you're doing in your life that's causing you pain, anything negative, those self-talk habits during the day are causing you to keep it going in your life, right? You're going to continue to eat that way. You're going to continue to think angry about that person, or you're going to continue to complain and explain why you don't have as much money as you would like. And it's those self-talk habits that have you sustaining that reality. So the first step is to aware. So what you do is you just relax. Aware. Now, when you say the word aware, when you're relaxed, see if you can do it for set a timer. Set a timer for 30 seconds. It was I study with a lot of doctors, with books and videos and so forth. And there's a guy named Lee Pujols. He's a Canadian doctor. And I studied, meditation and affirmations and creative visualization with it, which is part of the invention. And what he would say is that, when you want to imprint information into your mind, you want to relax down into alpha. Now, when you combine that with the Silva method, which is a way to accelerate getting relaxed, he has a bunch of very wonderful programs. I'm going to be sharing the ones that I like that enable me to become more effective and productive today. Now, there are many others that you may want to check out, and I'll offer those other trainings too. But at first, to start changing your life, simply breathe, relax for 30 seconds, saying aware. Now, if you do that, you'll find that 30 seconds is kind of a long time to cycle one thought. It takes some focus. It'll strengthen your ability to focus at everything. Just how do you get better at focusing your mind? By focusing your mind, by practicing. So when you focus on aware and you do that, breathing, saying the word aware, either on an inhale or an exhale, I like the exhale, it will cause your brain to imagine yourself being aware. Because you see, when you're breathing deeply, you're not saying any words. You're not thinking about, oh, how am I doing? Or you're not thinking about, oh, yeah, I got to go get the cat food for the cats, or what am I going to have for dinner? You're thinking about being aware. Now, if you see how pretty significant it is if you can do it for 30 seconds straight, 30 seconds, mind you, straight. Well, when you start, you want to go 30 seconds at a time. And then you can go to 45 seconds or a minute. The key is to spend a few minutes, minimum, 3 minimum. You should try to spend 5 to 7 just thinking about wanting to be aware and being aware, and then expecting to be aware. And when you do that, you will become more aware, especially when you're thinking about the thoughts that are happening inside your head during your day. Those are the thoughts that you want to change. Those are the thoughts that are creating your reality. So when you say aware, you do that 3 to 5 minutes a day. In a few days, you're going to start hearing a lot of your self-talk habits. You're going to discover them. I recommend you capture them. Write them down on a piece of paper. Pull out your phone. And there's always recording devices in your phone, and just capture it. So, thinking about people. I thought this self-talk habit about my coworker or my friend or whatever, a family member, and you capture it, and then you think about it, and you realize that if it's a negative one, you want to stop thinking that thought. And so aware is the first step. Now the second step is compete, and what you want to do is to compete to be as happy as you can be, to be the best you can be at living your life. And so once you've gotten yourself to start observing your negative thoughts, and you're capturing and identifying the negative habits of thought that you have about anything, and all of a sudden you develop the habit of breathing deeply and saying the word aware, and then compete to be the best you can be all day long. It's fun to be the best you can be. Right there alone, your life is going to be tremendous. If you've never practiced focusing with your imagination, or just focusing on anything, usually all of us focus on something. There's something that you enjoy doing, and when you start to do it, you probably get lost in it. You're just sitting there, and when 5-10 minutes later, you go, wow, what happened? You look at the clock. That's normal. It's healthy. If you're thinking something positive, if you're thinking of something mindless, which is just about anything that you're not choosing, that has a positive impact on your life, that's not going to strengthen your mind. But if you think about anything that's positive and will cause you to be positive and productive and effective in your life, and then compete with yourself. Now, if you got a meditation buddy, you can do that too, but you don't need somebody else. Compete with yourself. Be the best that you can be. Be the best that you can be. And when you do that, and you go from aware to compete, I promise you, amazing things will start to happen in your life. Now, what's important, though, is you have to practice. You have to meditate every day. You're conditioning your brain. So if each day you miss, you've lost a little bit. It's exactly the same as if you're exercising and you need a strong and fit body to deal with some physical activity in your life. Your brain's the same thing. When you think a lot of thought, there's something called synaptic pathways or connective tissues that happen inside your brain when you think. That's what happens. That's what happens to the brain, right? So when you think about what you want in alpha using your imagination, your brain is going to become very filled with information about what you want, because you'll bump into it as you're imagining it, right? There'll be a lot of discovery that you'll have in your life. But also, you'll become better at using your imagination and doing what? thinking about what you want in your life. Think about what you want more in your life effectively, and you'll create it in your life. But you have to be effective, and you have to get yourself to start changing your habits of thought so that it actually ends up changing your behavior. So the behavior will help, but if you kind of do the behavior and then you go 3 or 4 hours mindlessly with your self-talk, talking about negative things, you're gonna go backwards. You're gonna go backwards. So one of the biggest things is to remember to mantra and to compete all the time with yourself as to how happy, how productive, how effective can you be in your life. And that's when your life will take off. Now, the last one, kindness. I cannot tell you how I personally have experienced kindness being very powerful. Don't you love that? No? Being powerful in my life. As a younger man, I was angry and at people. I'd have negative experiences with coworkers and family. Not too much family, although my dad. Who doesn't have something wrong with either their dad or their mom, one or the other, right? Whoever's got both good. We'd like to all throw spit wads at you, all of us other guys that didn't have that good fortune. Just kidding, maybe not. So you want to think kindness, right? You want to use kindness all the time. Now, I mean, just like you want to be aware all the time, because if you're not aware, you're a prisoner of your past, your habits of thought. So once you get awareness going, and then you choose to compete, to do the best you can, to be as happy as you possibly can. Now remember, happiness is sometimes going to involve enduring the sweet pain of the strain. The sweet pain of the strain is being in the moment, competing with yourself to be as effective as you possibly can be right now in this moment. Where in the past, you were just meandering about half effort. That's okay. Hey, I'm just here. There's nothing to compete about. I'm just living my life, right? That's the mistake. You want to make your life as best as you possibly can. And when you got those two going and you're interacting with people and you're always thinking kindness. Now, what's interesting is this will be most challenging, believe it or not. And I was amazed when I learned this about 10 years ago. It'll be the most challenging when you're interacting with your family. We get around our family so much, we take it for granted. And we have quite a bit of self-talk habits about a family member, and our guard goes down. We don't have to look good to our family, and if you have positive in that, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. If you don't, join the crowd. That's me, right? I would dare say probably half at least struggle with some criticalness, criticizing, tearing down our family members, not on purpose. It's just what we do. What do? We notice things that are wrong and we point them out. And of course, that communication to somebody that you love in your life or that you just interact with, those communications are bringing attention to what they did, including yourself. If you're doing something and you judge yourself and you think negative thoughts about what you just did, that criticizing yourself or somebody else reinforces that experience. The power of thought is amazing. And there's so many thoughts in each day. Amazing. And so when you learn to condition your mind, to be aware, to compete, to be as happy as you possibly can be by being the best you can possibly be, and then be kind all the time. Learn to free yourself from criticizing people. That doesn't mean you can't give somebody constructive criticism, but there's a very simple way to do it. You have to clearly articulate to the person you're communicating to, including yourself, hey, this thought right here isn't the most effective thought you can think. There's a better option. It's this one here. And of course, you follow up with, I know you want that. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I love you. And you let it go. Those are the type of simple and clear communications that when you give to yourself and to family and friends and coworkers, your life is going to improve. You're going to free yourself from a lot of negativity that certainly can bring you down, and will bring about amazing changes in your life. The key is to compete all day long. Compete, be happy. And a lot of times your diet's going to pull you down because you're going to be tired, afternoon, right? And you got to remember to focus and be on purpose, to be happy, to be effective, relax, be aware, and be effective at the best ability you got. Be kind, do those three, and I promise you, your life is going to be amazing. There's so much more I'm bringing. This is just one way to deal with developing awareness and increasing ability in your life. There's a piece of software that I'm bringing to the market that you can sign up for, that you can use virtual reality goggles to relax into alpha and then cycle those words. And if you can use alpha, right, a practice environment to stay in alpha, a relaxed state where your brain is receptive, and you cycle that information without distraction for 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, and then another 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. You do that 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, ideally 30, 10 in the morning. I find it takes an extra 3 or 4 minutes to do whatever amount of time you want. So if you're going to do 10 minutes, it's probably going to take you 12 or 13 minutes, because you're not going to want to go 10 minutes straight. You can't do that. It's too hard. You'll be wasting time going, oh yeah, I'm thinking about this. So you go at 30-second or 1 minute, sometimes 3-minute cycles, but I lose my focus during a 3-minute cycle. 1 minute, I'm much, much better. I'm over 80, well, I'm getting close to 90% focus on what I want in my life. So you'll find your rhythm, 1 minute, 3 minutes. And with the goggles, you'll be able to make more focused energy about what you want for longer periods of time. And that's what accelerates the process. So I hope you subscribe to that. I hope my teaching here today has blessed you, and I hope it brings wonderful changes in your life. I'm here to help. I'm just getting started at 62, but I got some content that I believe will help people, and I so look forward to sharing it. And I thank you for listening. I wish you the best and hope you come back.